Welcome to the deep dive. We've looked through the material you sent on confidence and charisma,
Yeah, some really interesting stuff there.
definitely. And our mission today is basically to pull out the practical, usable insights. We want to get past the superficial advice.
Right, dig into the actual psychology of what makes someone seem magnetic.
Exactly. Because I think a lot of people wonder, don't they? They see someone who just draws people in and think,
Are they just born that way? Is it some kind of gift?
yeah. But the core message from these sources seems to be, no, it's actually a skill set. Genuine confidence, real charisma,
Mm.
you can develop them.
It's about understanding it and then, well, practicing, unlocking your authentic self, not faking it.
Okay, great. So let's jump right in. First things first, what's the key distinction we need to make about confidence itself?
I think the big one is separating true confidence from arrogance. They can look similar sometimes, but they're really different beasts.
How so?
Well, real confidence is more of a quiet internal belief in yourself. It doesn't really need constant validation from others.
Okay.
Arrogance, though, which is often louder, usually springs from insecurity. It needs that external audience.
Ah, right. And charisma flows from that genuine confidence.
Exactly. That authenticity allows for a real connection with people.
Makes total sense. So if we're trying to build that authentic kind, what usually gets in the way? What are the common roadblocks your sources mentioned?
Oh, there are a few big ones. The comparison trap is huge, especially now.
You mean like social media?
Yeah, exactly. Social media really dials that up. You scroll, you see these perfectly curated highlight reels.
And you compare it to your own messy behind-the-scenes reality.
Precisely. And it's just not a fair comparison, is it? Studies even link higher social media use with lower self-esteem because of this constant comparison.
That's rough. Okay, what's another obstacle?
Fear of judgment. This one's deep-rooted, probably evolutionary.
How so? Like survival instinct.
Kind of. Being accepted by the tribe, the group, was crucial for survival back then. So our brains are sort of wired to be really sensitive to social threats, to disapproval.
Wow. So a bad experience can really amplify that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Negative social experiences can make us overlearn that fear, and then we start avoiding situations.
And primal fear, yeah, it's powerful. And then there's the internal battle, that inner critic.
Ah, yes. Negative self-talk. It's a massive confidence killer.
How does that work exactly?
Well, think CBT principles, Your thoughts fuel your feelings, and your feelings drive your behavior. So if you're thinking, I'm going to be awkward, you feel anxious.
And then you probably act kind of awkward because you're so worried about it.
Bingo. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And one more thing, maybe lack of practice.
In what sense?
Just that with so much digital interaction, sometimes we miss out on chances to hone those face-to-face social skills, the nuances.
Right. So recognizing these things, the comparing, the fear, the self-talk, maybe needing more practice, that's the first step.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the mechanics, not just beating yourself up over it.
Okay, so we understand the roadblocks.
Yeah.
How do we actually start building this authentic confidence and charisma? Where do we begin?
The sources seem to point towards like a 3-pillar approach.
Yeah.
Pillar 1 is mastering your inner world, the mindset shift.
Inner world first. Okay. What does that involve practically?
It starts with challenging and reframing those negative thoughts we just talked about.
So catching that inner critic.
Yeah. Identify the thought, question it. Is it actually 100% true? Often it's not. Then reframe it.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of I'm going to bomb this presentation, maybe shift to I'm feeling nervous, which is normal. I've prepared, and I'll focus on delivering my key points clearly.
Okay, that feels more constructive. It's like retraining your brain pathways.
Exactly. And then, crucially, cultivate self-compassion.
Treating yourself kindly.
Yes. Like you would treat a friend who's struggling. Recognizing your struggles are part of being human. Research, like Dr. Kristen Neff's work, shows it builds resilience way better than just chasing high self-esteem.
That sounds much healthier, actually. What else for the inner world?
Focusing on growth, not perfection. Adopting what Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset.
Believing you can improve, basically.
Right. Seeing your abilities not as fixed, but as skills you can develop with effort. Challenges become opportunities to learn. Mistakes become data.
That's a powerful shift. Anything else for pillar 1?
Mindfulness. Just practicing being present.
How does that help confidence?
It pulls you out of anxious thoughts about the future or replaying the past. Simple breathing exercises can calm your nervous system right down, help you engage better in the now.
So the takeaway for pillar 1 is internal work is foundational. Challenging thoughts, self-compassion, growth mindset, being present.
Spot on. That's where genuine confidence starts.
All right. Inner world handled. What's pillar 2?
Pillar 2 is mastering your outer world, your actions, your behaviors, how you show up.
Okay, the external stuff. What are the key actions here?
Well, body language is a big one. It communicates so much, often unconsciously.
Like stand up straight.
Yeah, stand tall, open posture, make comfortable eye contact. Interestingly, some research, like Amy Cuddy's work on power posing, suggests adopting these expansive postures can actually make you feel more confident too, not just look it.
So fake it till you make it, but with your body.
Sort of. Even a quick Superman pose in private before a challenging situation might help shift your mindset.
Interesting. What other outward actions matter?
Develop genuine curiosity about others and practice active listening.
Shifting the focus off yourself.
Exactly. Ask open-ended questions, starting with what, how, why, and then really listen. Nod. Make affirming sounds like, uh-huh. Maybe reflect back what you heard.
That makes people feel valued. Definitely.
It really does. Then there's embracing vulnerability, appropriately.
Appropriately being the key word there.
Absolutely. Sharing relatable struggles or imperfections makes you more human, more approachable. Brené Brown talks a lot about vulnerability being courage, the basis of connection. But yeah, don't overshare right off the bat.
Good caveat. And what if social situations feel really intimidating?
Start small. Gradual exposure, like principles from exposure therapy for anxiety.
So just making eye contact, maybe,
Yeah.
or asking a simple question.
Exactly. Small steps. Compliment someone genuinely. Each small, positive interaction helps rewire that fear response in the brain.
Okay, so pillar 2 takeaway. Confidence is expressed externally, body language, listening, connecting, taking small, brave steps.
You got it.
Right, so we have inner world, outer world. What's the third pillar? You said it was foundational.
Yes. Pillar 3, the non-negotiable self-care basics.
Why is this so crucial for confidence and charisma? Seems less direct.
Because you simply can't sustain the energy and resilience needed without it. Think about it, but can you feel confident and charismatic when you're exhausted?
Good point. Probably not.
So prioritize sleep. Seriously. Aim for 7-9 hours. Lack of sleep messes with your mood, your judgment, your ability to handle stress.
Okay, sleep is number 1. What else?
Move your body. Exercise is incredible for boosting mood endorphins and reducing stress hormones. Plus, feeling physically capable boosts self-esteem. Find something you enjoy.
Makes sense. And food?
Nourish yourself properly. A balanced diet helps stabilize energy and mood. Avoid relying too much on sugar and processed stuff, which can lead to crashes. Hydration matters too.
Right. Anything else for this foundation?
Yes, invest time in your interests and hobbies.
How does that connect?
It gives you a sense of purpose, makes you feel more well-rounded and interesting, which you then are. It fuels your inner well-being and gives you things to connect with others about.
So self-care isn't selfish, it's essential fuel.
Totally. It's the bedrock that supports everything else.
So putting it all together, it's this holistic thing. The inner mindset work, the outer actions and behaviors, and that solid self-care foundation.
Exactly. They all work together. And it's a process, right? It takes time and consistent effort, like building muscle.
Yeah, not an overnight fix. Need patience.
Definitely. And celebrate the small wins along the way, challenging that one negative thought, making eye contact, really listening for a few minutes.
So for everyone listening, maybe a small piece of homework. What's one tiny thing they could try this week based on all this?
Good idea. Maybe just consciously stand or sit a little taller during meetings. Or ask one person an open-ended question and just focus on listening to their answer. Or catch one negative self-thought and try reframing it.
Simple, actionable steps. Love it. The main thing is that magnetic energy people admire. It's not exclusive. It's potentially within all of us.
It really is. It's about
Yeah.
clearing away the self-doubt and letting your authentic self come through.
So a final thought to leave people with. Just consider how one small shift, maybe in your thinking, maybe in your posture, could start to ripple outwards this week. How might that change your interactions, even just a little?